A new study from UC San Diego finds rising numbers of college freshmen are unable to do middle school level math. As a response to this frightening trend, the university is introducing a course on elementary and middle school Common Core math. The study found a concerning number of students couldn't solve a simple elementary school equations. For example, 7 + 2 = 6 plus what? 25% of students couldn't answer 3. So here's a question for you guys. It seems like I misread it.
Did you get nervous that they set you up wrong there? Let me tell you something. I trust the folks in the control room, but I would get nervous.
Yeah. So here's the question for you, Joey. So it looks like we're still living with the consequences of the COVID lockdowns, right? Yeah. Because all of this is cumulative. If you don't learn how to read and count, which I failed to do in the prompter, in elementary school and middle school, then every year it gets harder and harder to do it, and you fall further and further behind. And now we're finding out that the kids getting to college are not ready for college.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, like this affirmative action all the way down the line into public school systems has been a part of the problem. You have this national standard, a state standard, a school system standard. My kids are lucky enough to be in a charter school that kind of straddles between private and public and has the opportunity to tweak things. But the problem here, you know, a university like Carter, if you go into gender studies, you're not going to do math. I was a liberal studies major at Georgetown because that was the quickest path to graduation. I didn't do any math. I never saw math. And we're going to talk about other things about grading and stuff. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot that helps me today. And my 16-year-old puts me to shame at math. But there's a difference between not knowing what high schoolers know or even 8th graders and not doing simple equations that can be useful in life. So I want to know whether the life proficiency in math. Can they balance a checkbook? Do they understand, what percentages are? Those kinds of things. My dad graduated in 8th grade. He was a brick and block mason. He could figure square footage and materials and geometry and volume. He couldn't do long division on paper, but he could do it in his head.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. So, Jackie, the problem we have is with the COVID shutdowns was that it disproportionately affected poor and minority students, right? Yeah. The school districts that were majority districts stayed closed longer. And now we've got this movement in colleges saying, well, we need DEI to help minorities move up. Maybe isn't the best way to help minorities to teach them math and prepare them so that they can be successful in college?
It was not to cover any of this up as they tried to do. It was not to say there is no learning loss here, but it was to acknowledge it, because the only person that you're hurting is that underprivileged child that you're talking about. Take the charter schools and the private schools out of this for a second and just think about regular kids who are in the public school system. Part of the way that they cover it up is they reduce the need for standardized testing. They're starting to say in New York, they want to say these regions don't matter. Oh, we shouldn't really put too much weight on the SAT scores. We should be doing it this way, that way, the other way. And also, these kids are coming up in an age of technology where they have a calculator built into their pocket. They have ChatGPT. You can ask it to do things for you that involve math too. And so kids are falling behind in a way that is, I think, going to be catastrophic long term. And I would just say this, when you compare our kids with Chinese kids, for example, who we will one day be competing with in adulthood, we're going to have a real problem, say, in the next 15, 20 years.
Yeah. So, Tommy, I mean, shouldn't the schools be focused like a laser beam on fixing these things, having extra school, extra tutoring, year-round school, things like that? Instead, they see we've been reporting on our network for years. They're focused on gender ideology. They're focused on all these radical ideologies instead of helping these kids catch up so they can succeed in college. How do we fix that?
Yeah, school choice is a big thing. To your point, Joey, I think the charter schools and those options are great for parents who don't want to put their kids in an already struggling school. Yep. There's so much to go through, all the problems here. COVID is a problem. Passing people on to the next grade because you want to be nice is not helpful to these students. You don't flunk a grade anymore because that's mean. You don't use red pen anymore because that's mean. And you think math is racist. Well, that's actually the racist part of it, is if you don't teach students how to be competent in these things. I'm somebody who's not great at math. I never have been good at math, but I worked really hard to do well in math. And I think that's part of it. And in college, I studied political science and I studied media, but I still had to take math classes and I hated them, but I had to work so hard to get A's in those. And that to me was also formative to work hard at something that you're not naturally good at.
And there's a reason why math, like, listen, what we don't do is we don't teach our kids life, math for life. You need to know how to cook. You need to know how to make measurements. You need to know if somebody's taking advantage of you in this credit card they're offering you because of percentage of interest rates. You need to know how to check us when we tell you a statistic that says 1 in 5 people do this, and you need to know that means 20%, and which one of those numbers matters more to you. Things like that matter. Understanding, trigonometry to get into Harvard, I don't know if that matters.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.